Hi everyone, this is Naomi and welcome back to Naomi's Bookshelf. Today I'm coming to you with my top 10 favorite books of all time. Old Blues Chapter and Verse has put out this kind of survey slash question to rank your top 10 favorite books. So here's my admission to the list, if you will. So I'll start from number 10 and work up to number 1. Now the first one is one that I read when I was a teenager and I fell in love with it, and it is The Song of the Highlands by Sharon Gillenwater. This one is great. It's about like 1800s, Georgian era, well maybe later 1800s, and it's always been perfect in my eyes, so has to make it on here just for nostalgia reasons. The next one is The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Now this one is written by Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrows, and it is written only in letter format, and I love how it handles World War II in a lighthearted but also serious manner. The next book is Persuasion. Persuasion is my favorite Jane Austen, and I think it's great, I think it's sweet, and I just love all the characters. The next book that is number 6 on this list is The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevins. Now this is a very good book. It's about a man who runs a bookstore. His name is A.J. Fikry, and he's kind of grumpy and very curmudgeon kind of thing. But every chapter of this starts off with a book title and a description. So this one is Lamb to the Slaughter by Roald Dahl. And it tells you a little bit about it, kind of in like AJ's words, and then the chapter happens and something relating to that book is the chapter. It was described to me as like a short story collection of his life, which I think is very accurate, and I really, really loved it. The next one is a series, but I only have the one book because of space, but it is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I love this series. I think it's so whimsical and childlike, but great. It's really always going to be a favorite of mine. I especially love The Horse and His Boy, but the whole series is a big hit for me. The next one is a bit of a chunker, if you can't see already, and it is The Count of Monte Cristo. So this is number 6 on my, number 5 on my list of top favorites. This is such a good one. I read this with my cousin Sarah from Sarah Hannett, and I'll link her below. She has a great channel. And we loved reading this together. It really immersed us in it. And this will be my answer to any question ever about if you could only bring one book with you to a deserted island, which one would it be? That's this one. So big that you're not going to get bored, but so fast-paced, and I love it. The next one, number 4, is The Language of Flowers by Vanessa Diffenbaugh. Now she's only written 2 books, but I think they're both spectacular. But this is my favorite of hers. It's about this girl from the foster system and how she has a relationship with flowers. I love it. Number 3, we're in the top 3, is The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. This one is about World War I as a female spy. Evelyn is a female spy in there, and then it also flashes back to just after the war, or World War II, when a girl named Charlie is trying to find her cousin with Evelyn's help. So really great book. I loved how it was talking about World War I, and I loved how it was written too. Number 2 has got to be, if nothing else, Agatha Christie, and specifically And Then There Were None. I just love this. I have read it so many times, and every time I find it engaging and full of information and little side notes that I find so compelling. I think Agatha Christie was a genius when she wrote this one. There's a reason why it's her most popular book, and it is because of how well she did it. And especially with the last chapter. Like the whole time is the build up, but then if you don't read the letter at the end, you miss out on everything. So the letter at the end really makes everything clear, and I really do love this one. Now for the top one. I decided to go with a book of the Bible. Now I know the whole Bible isn't acceptable, and I'm going to go with a non-conventional book of the Bible, but mine is definitely Judges. I really love the way that God raised up the judges in this book and how they followed him, and then it's interesting to watch how their humanity kind of comes in as soon as a judge dies, and the up and down of their community group is really interesting to watch, and it really shows us how we are not perfect. So I love the book of Judges as a whole, but Judges is probably my favorite book of all time. If I would need to read it, I would love to. So that is my top 10. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have read any of these, I'd love to discuss them with you. There's a reason they're my favorite, and I'll hope to talk to you guys again soon. Bye!